What's up, everybody? My name is Tori Nix. I'm back on the platform. I took a little hiatus for a minute, but I'm back, and this is my new little way of doing my messages now. This is going to be no tarot cards. This is all just channel messages, and this is all intuitive based. This is called silent messages, so y'all stay on the lookout. When I do drop these, that means that it's probably an important message somewhere in there, and we're going to go from there. So I had some real deep channel messages yesterday. It was December 5th. Today's the 6th. And I think it's so funny that yesterday was the 6th day. When we add up the date, it equals out to be a 6. And then today equals out to be a 7. So it's basically like balance. And then I'm sensing love, like harmony, right? So it's like duality. But this is also, I just saw like a scale in my head as I'm talking about this. And what I saw was like one scale is like, it has a lot of weight on it. And the other scale is just up in the air. And this is kind of tying into where I'm going into already. So I channeled the first message yesterday. It was the reconstruction of foundations. And this summer, I actually made a podcast episode called Faulty Foundations. Y'all should definitely go check it out. Check out the playlist on my page, and you can actually go listen back to older messages like that. But we were talking about faulty foundations this summer, and it was basically like, I was just looking around, and I was really just thinking about what the earth really could have been like years before that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like psychometry, when you can touch something and you go back to where a place used to be, or like you can kind of touch something and see its history and energy and stuff like that. So I was kind of having this thought yesterday as well in the same breath. So I was just looking at this world, and I just kept hearing the reconstruction of foundations. So this is to tie into a major look and focus on our own selves, right? But of course, we got to look at the earth, and we have to look at the structures that are within this earth, right? So when we're talking about the root chakra, the first channel message I got was Mars, right? This is about the root chakra aligning with the stars. This is about the star orbital dust, the interchangeability of matter and spirit. This is one with the stars and the planetary systems. Regardless if you know anything about that, astronomy, astrology, the stars, the planetary alignments, all of that stuff is taking place at all times, okay? Right now, there is a major shift. We've been talking about that. And this is where it's causing us to feel maybe the need to ground ourselves, right? A lot of grounding. I was channeling that as well. It was saying grounding and in labor, push through. So maybe this is a season where people are feeling kind of anxious. Maybe you're feeling kind of depleted right now. You're going through these major changes. You're unaware of how to really tap into what's going on. But it's just saying in labor is like a new is coming, right? A birthing. Right? When you think of in labor, you think of pushing out the old to push in the new. Yes, birthing is like pushing in the new, but first comes out the old before, you push everything else out, right? So it's like what I'm sensing, I'm seeing a baby and like being pushed out, but I'm seeing like things coming out of a womb before the baby comes out. So that's intense. But yeah, so I'm seeing reborn a child. This is what I actually started to channel. So my visions are already syncing up. Reborn a child, eternal youth, throne, love that is destined, greatness, restore youth, and regeneration. These were those downloads and for this labor and this grounding. So it's about eternal youth, right? This is about on a collective scale, energetically and emotionally, we've been through a lot of stuff, right? As people, as a human race, we have been through a lot of shit. Your grandma's grandma has been through a lot of shit, right? And it's now time for us to come back into this state of innocence, this state of peace, right? This is the concept around breaking those generational curses, right? Coming back, rising to our throne, our true power. Kids, I said this summer, I had a download about high chairs. And when you think of that, you think of kids. They sit in high chairs, and when you think of another high chair, you think of throne. And I was telling people we got to start embodying that kid-like spirit again. And this is about redefining that self, right? That self-love within. And this is now going to reflect on your foundations without. I'm sensing, I said love that is destined. Even myself, right? I'm gonna talk about it because I'm so grateful to be in this space where I really feel loved. I really feel supported in a relationship, right? This is about going towards the love that is truly destined for you, that is right for you, that feels right. A lot of times as kids, we just go towards what feels good, right? That butterfly feeling when you first had your first crush, it's like that's a kid-like spirit, right? So go towards new love. Open that heart back up. I was channeling a lot of Avatar the last few days as well, the cartoon. It was the episode called The Awakening, and I think it's like the greatest visual representation of grief, right? It basically speaks of love being a flowing energy and how sometimes we do have to go through grief, but that love energy never goes away. It just it rebirths in a new form. And this was like for Aang, if you watch that, all of his ancestors were gone. He was the last one on earth. And he met Katara, the love of his life, and she replaced that love. So it kept filling back within him, if y'all get what I'm saying. So a lot of times, that's confirmation. A lot of times we may lose things, but it does get replaced in the form of new love. So that's a concept here. Love that is destined, greatness. This is about being great. I'm sensing restore the youth, regeneration. So this is, when I think of greatness, I think of like a long journey to achieve something. So it's like restoring that youthful spirit after this long journey, right? You're great now. So now it's time for you to embody that. My next channel message was Family Tree. I started to ask these questions. When you imagine yourself on top of your foundation, what is it built upon? Is it solid or can it be easily destroyed? Can you stand alone in the eye of the storm? And can it withstand the test of times? With those questions, my next messages were white sands and the sands of time. Y'all should look that up. It's symbolic. Okay? Can you withstand this test of time? It's a time and a place to reflect on what are you really built on? What are you standing on, right? Can it be, if a hurricane came, right? This is like, speaking of, let's say a hurricane came and just swept everything in the material to where nobody had anything, right? Would that foundation within still be able to withstand through those times? If we didn't have anything out here and it was just you, could you still survive? Could you thrive? Could you still hold yourself down, right? Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Those are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves to rebuild this root chakra and this new foundation, right? The next channel songs that came to mind were Can You Stand the Rain? This is also going back to the love, because it's like, I need somebody to stand by me. Or my other channel message was Bad to the Bone. That's about sex, lust, and he's talking about how he just gives women good sex. This is the channel message. Is your foundation love or destruction? What is your foundation built upon? Are you going to continue to go towards lust that is really not your best? This can be love on all levels, friendships, things that don't bring you your best. Are you going to continue to drink the poison, or are you going to go stand the rain to get to the love that you really desire and deserve? Okay. The next channel messages was Truth and Rain, but I was getting REIGN. I started writing this. I said, this ties in with the test of time and the white sands. This is about long-term withstand, like I just said. I said, if it is not built on truth, can it withstand a storm? Something about the land of the souls is coming through. If you understand, I'm going to read that one more time. If it was not built on truth? Can it withstand the storm? The land of the souls is coming through. Okay. Snow season, glow season is something else I was channeling. I tied this in with earth and time versus the sun and the moon. This is about that matter versus spirit again. When we look at the earth, we know that that's about the seasons changing. Snow is a material form of water, right? When we think of time, this is about the seasons. This is about the cycles of life. This is tying into the moon. When we think of the earth and the sun, it orbits around. This is about the earth's power, the earth's source changing. Time is changing, right? The time and the moon is connected. This is about the material realm of the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I heard the spiritual aspect of Mother Earth coming alive through the material essence of it. That's what I just heard. Okay, let's keep going. This is breaking... I'm going to basically say this is part 2 of the downloads. Next, I got spirit war. A cold day in hell is what I was hearing. Time of occurrence. This is the meaning of a cold day in hell. It is the time of occurrence of an event that will never happen. I'm hearing protection and safety. Well, that's what I wrote. I then went back to bad to the bone. It is a double meaning. The number 1 meaning is used to emphasize that a person has a specific quality in an overwhelming or fundamental way. The second definition was rebellious in an exciting, attractive way, as well as irredeemably bad. So again, this is going back to the roots. I'm sorry, the foundation, but also the roots. Bad to the bone, I was also getting to the bone. So to the core, right? Used to emphasize that a person has a specific quality in an overwhelming or fundamental way. This is tying it back into that spiritual war, protection, and safety. There will be a cold day in hell when you think that you can stop someone, again, who emphasizes a person has a specific quality in an overwhelming or fundamental way. You cannot take what is not given to you. You cannot stop what is destined. You cannot take from someone else. True power comes from knowledge, the test of time, and a very firm fucking foundation. A cold day in hell, okay? All right, that's on that spiritual warfare shit. Next, I'm hearing flawless victories. As above, so below. I don't even know why I just said that, but flawless victories, as above, so below. This is about firm roots, the planted seeds, regeneration of the soil and the soul. This is on our level. Looking at ourselves, we're replanting ourselves in what we were born in, right? Changing that foundation, changing and renewing our own soil and our soul. This is where you evolve in life, right? You grow from those places that you once were comfortable in. This is about the soul's evolution, okay? Flawless victories. I'm hearing someone thought that they could stop that. This system was made to stop that, is what I heard. All right, I'm hearing the rise. This is about the water spirits. This is about the nature spirits. This is about the water. Think of Tefiti, Moana. Think of the water in Tefiti. The water can be a hurricane or a river, destruction or flow. The power of the water. I also started channeling, but wait, let me calm down. I'm really, really channeling, y'all. Hold on. All right. So this is about the rise, the water, ex Tefiti, Moana. The water can be a hurricane or river, destruction or flow. The power of the water. This water is about to go through a change. We're about to see some things happen on a climatic change or a climatic shift in the water. There's also something about the spirit of water, okay? It can either choose to destroy or it can choose to flow. And I'm hearing you decide. All right, I'm also started to channel last night the Hurricane Katrina. That year 2008 is very significant at this time. I was seeing the destruction of homes. I'm hearing something about in New Orleans, something about built on sacred land, but this can also mean across a wide array of land across the globe, right? I'm hearing 2008, the economic crash, justice imbalance, okay? Next, I got Wall Street crash of 1929 And I got the panic of 1896, 1893, 1857, 1837, and 1819. Then I was seeing 48 recessions. This is the reset. History repeats. Y'all need to start preparing, right? This is a time to really look at your resources. And I'm seeing Encanto. And I love the family concept in Encanto. And I hope that y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. This is all tying into foundations, right? This is about indigenous land. This is about indigenous practices. This is about, we once lived in a different way, guys. We once lived in harmony. We once lived in our own communities together, working efficiently. Okay? When you look at Encanto, their entire community worked together. Y'all just think about that for a second. So look at your resources. Prepare. If this economy crashes tomorrow, again, can you stand the rain? Can you withstand the test of time? This is all tying in, okay? I'm hearing, after that, I was hearing time is up, ran out of time, the jig is up. Also, after that, I heard hands up, freeze up, elites. So this is something about high officials, people that are in control of this economy, people that are in control of these housing systems, land, all of this stuff. Hands up, freeze, elites is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing time's up, ran out of time, the jig is up again. I just want to reiterate that. I'm also getting, with that hands up, freeze, elites, children found, missing cases turned solved, okay? I don't know. Y'all know a lot of kids are missing. This is just what came out. After that, I started to channel underground caves. I started channeling the countries Slovakia, Russia, Nepal. And then I kept hearing escorts, women's rights, tying that into women maybe in underground caves over there. I don't know. This is just what came out, guys, okay? The next thing after I was channeling the women's rights, I was seeing rebuild the womb, secure the wombs, outlet sockets, and then I tied this into the women's power. It's electrifying, it's triumphant, it's significant, okay? It's saying look around, change before your eyes. This is about women, okay? This is strongly, heavily about women are changing, okay? This is also about, when I say changing, it's like secure the wombs, rebuild the womb. This is about, it's a need for women to, I'm hearing some holistic ways, like secure your wombs, the health system, and the women's wombs. I'm hearing targeted. Y'all have to secure your wombs at this time. I'm hearing protected, wrap it up for men and women. Okay? Look around, change before your eyes. I was seeing matriarchy, but then I'm also seeing matrimony, and heredity is what I was channeling. And I wrote unions in 5D. So this is about change before your eyes. It's a lot of women that are needing to go into these unions to create better life sources, right? But we have to start with first rebuilding the womb, okay? So it's something about that, children, protecting our kids going forward. This is about when we take time to rebuild our women, we're going to have a better society and women will lead, okay? The next thing I was hearing, Ode to Blue. So ODE to Blue. It's like a salute to blue. Then I was hearing Speak Truth. And then the next one is crazy, y'all. We're going to get into it. But I was hearing Speak Truth. This is about, again, resetting that foundation. This is about, there have been many false narratives placed upon the masses to where women have not been taught to be upheld in the right manner. And what I'm sensing, this is about speaking truth. Women are going to start, man, I'm hearing domineering. Like, y'all gonna see. Notice how in the Marvel movie, right? Notice how in all the movies now there are female leads. Marvel be trying to tell y'all stuff before the shit happens. Okay? Just like fucking Endgame, or really, let me say Infinity War. Just because that wasn't necessarily a pandemic that Thanos did, y'all gotta realize that shit was before its time. Okay? And this also is gonna tie into my next goddamn message. I don't even know how I got there, but yeah, Marvel be telling y'all stuff before time. So look at how all women have taken their rightful places on the thrones. Okay? Also, the next thing, with that color blue, I was hearing cold blue. So I was called to look that up. I have a double meaning for it. It was two of them. One, and neither one is good, I'm sorry. But I think this is a warning as well. It says used to indicate a patient requiring resuscitation or otherwise in need of immediate medical attention, most often as the result of a respiratory or cardiac arrest. Hospital disaster plan. Something in these hospitals, y'all, be careful. Okay? Something about needing immediate medical attention. Is something going to be an uproar or something like that? If it is, it's going to have to do with something with respiratory or cardiac arrest. That's in the chest area. Okay? Hospital disaster plan. So these hospitals need to probably get prepared for something. Something else could be happening as well. Because I'm also sensing this is like, I just heard, they going to need a doctor. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to see how that plays out. It's something with that. Either we're overthrowing the healthcare system or there's going to be another uproar. And it's going to be, a lot of shit. Just like 2020. Okay, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Number 2, provides an immediate awareness alert to all airport workers that a security concern is perceived by another airport worker and the report is being investigated. So this is about something in these two systems. The airport, we know that's top-notch security allegedly, but we see code blue is coming up in this reading. I don't know what that means. We're going to see if that turns out. I was also hearing eye in the sky after that. And I was hearing security breach. So this is about security. This is about the hospital, the healthcare system. Uproar is what I'm hearing. Replacement jobs is what I'm hearing. Okay. Also, this is so interesting. I had 2 more downloads, and I guess, this is relevant. I was hearing about the Kim Porter trial. I'm going to leave that there. I also was hearing something about Nipsey Hussle's murder trial, and I heard the word reopen. Okay, detailed looks is what I was hearing after that, and I wrote the word spook. So it's something about that. I'm going to leave that there. I also was channeling 9/11 Sema. It's an artist named Sema. I just noticed that yesterday. I don't know if there's some significance with her in New York or something like that, but I channeled Sema. Something about New York and something about treasure, because that's what Sema means. So something about New York treasure, something in New York, something like that, and then also 9/11. And then I was hearing strike gold. So I'm thinking, are those buildings that crashed, was there something like a resource in that area or something? Basically, was that area targeted for something? Like strike gold is what I heard. But strike gold, when I looked this up, it said this means the unforeseen consequences. And it says to be a very unsuccessful. Why am I saying that? Okay, I'm sorry. It says the unforeseen consequences, strike gold. It says be very successful in an undertaking or enterprise. The end is what I channeled. So I don't know, but that's my channel messages for you guys. I'm hearing to call this again. It says be very successful in an undertaking or enterprise. the end, strike gold. So it's something about maybe some things are going to be unsuccessful if they were planned a certain way. Going back to that cold day in hell type thing, I think things were planned and they're just not going to hit the masses. They're just not going to hit how they wanted to. So I'm hearing the plot is folded plots as well. So yeah, and those were my silent messages. I hope that this message resonated. Y'all find something in that and take it with y'all. And I will say really, really work on that root chakra as well. It's definitely important for the energy within self and the just the day-to-day, okay? So y'all stay up, stay in love, stay in light, stay safe, and I'll see y'all on the next one.